babies, direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your host, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunker chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis. Here with your host today,
Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale,
and I'm Ron Milts. All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about today. Oh my God, we got a lot to talk about. So where do you guys want to start? We just want to jump right into this.
Right into Walking Dead. Is that where we're at?
Well, we haven't talked about Thor.
Well, let's do Walking Dead first, because we got to talk about Walking Dead a little bit. So we just finished episode 4, which was the Carol episode. Carol and Ezekiel episode.
It's the Shiva episode, thank you.
Oh, well, sorry, the CG tiger that I actually was sad about.
Right?
Got eaten by the, well, no! Last fucking tiger on the planet.
By the fucking toxic waste zombies. I mean, we have seen every variety of zombie now.
How fun is that
We
for
have
them?
seen toxic waste zombies. We have seen water zombies, swamp zombies. We've seen
sewer zombies.
The dried out sand zombies.
Right.
Here's all my problem is now, Steve, is you fucking ruined it for me, because now when the new variety of zombie comes on, I'm just like, all I can hear in your head is like, every week we got to come up with a new kind of zombie.
Right.
It's turning into stormtroopers at this point for me, where it's like, it's a sand trooper, it's
we got the zombies who can't walk down a hill. We got the rolling zombies.
Right.
That was actually kind of fucking funny.
That
dude.
was fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty fun moment. But so yeah, and then did we talk about? We haven't done an episode in a while, so we haven't talked about the last episode either. So if there's anything you want to talk about with the previous
start
episode.
of the war, I still am like, got a huge problem with the fucking. We got to have that every episode.
Is Chris?
Fucking Chris's phone.
Chris' phone.
Who the hell do I know in
something.
Alabama? Roy Moore's calling me from Alabama. I can't vote for you, dude.
So
I'm in California.
what the fuck? But fucking. Now I lost my train of fucking thought, dude.
You know, it's funny. I just booked a gig in Alabama. I'm
Did
going to
you
be
really?
there in February. Yeah. So.
I'm getting like calls from
Sweet
all over the
home,
country.
Alabama,
these
right?
robocalls,
I can't
man.
wait. I can't wait to be down there. It's going to be hot and gross.
Yeah.
It's going to be just like.
Now, what are you doing down there?
Just some theater stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll be down there teaching workshops for a week.
You gotta walk in there and be like, "What's up, you little sister fuckers?"
Yeah.
That'll go over real well.
That generally is exactly how I start my workshops. Not really. I'm looking at you, I'm like, no wonder the South hasn't rose again, you
shit.
bunch of fucking inbred fuckers.
Right.
No.
I'm sorry. Back on The Walking Dead.
So yeah. But we did have the episode prior to that where they were raiding the outpost of some sort, and Rick was trying to find the guns.
And that was the part that we've talked about a little bit offline. There have been a couple of times I was a little confused as to where someone was at. I'm like, wait, are you guys attacking the same building, or is this a different building? Like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
My only complaint with this season so far has been I felt like each of these attacks could have been their own episode. Mm-hmm. Which I think that's why I think the Carol episode just now worked in the Ezekiel one. It worked really well because it was like a self-contained.
Right.
And I didn't have to flash between like 3 battles at the same time. Like I'm
Yeah.
all in one battle I'm in one location.
Right.
You know, and it's like, you know, and there was like, dude, her fucking shooting those guys through the ceiling was like my favorite part of the
so
episode.
good.
That was real good.
And there was a lot of good things
and
in this episode.
it was the only scene of them shooting each other that I thought was any good, because the rest of it's crap. They need to get some fucking different people consulting on there. You can't stand 10 feet away from somebody shooting the fucking car with an automatic rifle like it's steel fucking plating. That was driving me crazy.
No, okay. The thing that drove me nuts was the dude with the fucking the 50 cal machine gun shooting at the Jeep, and Rick apparently has bulletproof glass in the windshield. Yeah. I'm all, come on, guys, come on.
It was a little fucking 1980s A-Team with that shit. It was like, nah.
Like, for a show that does not do that.
Like, that thing would have fucking shredded that fucking Jeep. Dude.
Yeah, like completely.
It's just, I mean, it's a small complaint, but it's like,
That's a pretty legit complaint.
yeah, it's kind of like, and the ammunition for the first time was like, All right, listen.
Especially like the firefight where they had the guy where they were shooting the people that were like trapped with the zombies.
They're acting like every fucking weapon they have is like a belt-fed weapon, and I have a real problem with that. I was like,
I do as well because I hate like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You're taking me out of you're taking me out of the experience with your fucking, your bullshit.
Well, whoever they had consulting on earlier seasons, that was not an issue. Like, in having been rewatching the show, there was only one other time that happened, which was at Herschel's farm when he had a shotgun. He shot his shotgun literally 13 times without reloading. And I counted. Because it was like 5, 6, 7. He should be out. 9, 10. Oh, he's still shooting. 11. 12. Wow, that's a hell of a shotgun there.
Right.
It's a lot of that pump action's got a lot of rounds in there.
It's a small thing, but it's still a thing.
It is, and if it's enough that you like notice it, like it bothers, you know. But aside from that, the rest of the episode was fucking great in my opinion. Like this was the first episode this season that I was like, this top to bottom, I enjoyed the shit out of this. You know, there was never a moment that I was mad or felt like they're trying to tell too many stories. It was nice to see Carol be Carol. You know, the Carol that we've come to know and love. Like, she's the smartest fucking person in their group and has been since season 2.
Well, fuck, dude. I mean, look at Daryl, man. Brutal. He ain't listening to any shit. He's got a
vendetta.
And you're gonna die.
Well, and I mean, especially after they tortured him, like that's a dude that's suffering from PTSD, like in a severe way, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill. I don't care.
Every one of us is gonna die."
I don't. And like when he killed Miguel from season 1, he just was like, he's like, I knew who that was. I didn't care.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He ain't on our side. Fuck him. You know. And it's like, woo, Daryl came to fucking chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Dwight better
no
keep
gum left.
Dwight better keep that in mind. Still wearing Daryl's vest.
Well, I think they're setting us up for end of the season. That's going to be an issue. I think Daryl. I think that they're going to add an extra wrinkle to that Negan, like not killing Negan moment, and it's going to be Daryl. Like Daryl's going to be that extra wrinkle, like where Rick's going to make a choice or have to make a choice, you know, because he's like, this is like, we are not this. Like, if we're going to be civilized, like we got to put him in jail. Which to me is still a mistake.
Right.
But like that's the choice Rick's gonna make, and it's gonna go against Daryl, which is gonna cause an issue. So, I mean, that's a little foreshadowing. Like that last episode especially, you know, where it was like they're definitely foreshadowing Rick.
Don't let fucking Daryl get to the hilltop right now. Shit, it'll kill all of them.
Well, you know? we might have this conversation sooner as opposed to later. With all, like, who the fuck takes hostages?
Right.
Like, what are you going to do with these people?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the reality is you need people. And
you don't need those people.
Maybe. I mean, how many of them are there because they want to be there?
I would do that shit Fear the Walking Dead style. Fucking tie them up to the gate outside, you know, and you have fun.
One of my favorite things is I found the Ezekiel climbing out from under the pile of dead, what are they called?
Bodies?
Kingdom people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is on the Walking Dead's Facebook page, and it says, caption this. I linked it to to our Facebook.
Okay.
You got to go read some of these captions.
Can you read some of it?
I can
you
read
brought
some
it
of
up.
it.
Why don't you bring some up for us now?
So, like the first one that pops up, I have dead bodies all over me, but yet I smile. You know?
That's a good one.
When you realize your man can stop a 50 caliber Browning machine gun, they must have the same repelling armor as the Jeep Rick was driving later in the episode. When a girl changes her status to single on social media, it's fucking great. It's like right now there are like 2,000 captions on there. You could spend like an afternoon reading all of those.
And you know what? I thought, like, for me, that episode, like, it made Ezekiel a much more believable character.
Right.
Like, I mean, there were moments already where I was like, okay, like
he let you be behind the curtain,
right? And he just is
I thought we already established that,
right?
Yeah, but I mean, even more so, where you're like, I buy into why this guy in the fucking apocalypse is doing this shtick. And especially when Jerry comes to save his life. And by the way, Jerry is starting to reach Daryl level for me, where if Jerry dies, Ron riots.
Dude, Jerry's
dying this season, dude.
Jeffrey Dahmer right in half, and I couldn't have been more happy, dude.
Where did did that guy come from, by the
This
way?
Jeffrey's gonna get a Shiva moment.
That Jeffrey Dahmer
Jerry.
Dahmer motherfucker was. I was like, this guy's got to die. I don't like him. I don't like him. He's got to die.
Isn't it just a rule that any dude on film with wire rim glasses gots to go? Like if you're wearing those 80s like molester glasses, you're out of here.
Yeah, you're done. We got to get rid of them. I don't trust them.
Yeah, it was and that even that moment too, I was sort of like, this dumbass.
Yeah.
This dumbass. Like you've got the guy. Basically, you've already won this moment, but there's zombies. Like, why do we keep forgetting we're in the zombie apocalypse?
They're just too used to it now. I don't
think
know.
so? You think they're becoming desensitized to it?
Oh yeah, totally.
Because it's funny because I've been on a rewatch of the show and I'm like midway through season 4, and really season 4 is where they start to slowly we've now become desensitized to the zombies. Like we are the fucking survivors. We are the people that have survived,
and they've made it quite a while now.
Right.
So
Someone needs to teach them to fear and respect this goddamn escalator. You know.
Well, to me, it was like the okay. We've also reached, and I'm about consistency. Okay, and Steve, we've had this discussion before, and they've basically said that like the zombies can come back from a wildly it's like anywhere from 3 minutes to multiple hours later.
Right.
You know, is when they'll rise from the dead. It was really kind of convenient that all the fucking kingdom people sort of started coming back to life at the same time.
Yeah, but it was still kind of cool.
It was.
You know.
And it was shitty being chased by all your friends that you just got killed.
Right.
That was a moment where I was like, oh, wow. Like, think about that. That's like the worst fucking thing ever.
When there was the one lady with the flower stuck in her armor, you know, it's like...
I just from a consistency standpoint, that's all I ask.
Well, not all of them got up, I guess.
Well,
they must have been headshots.
Right. Thank you. And by the way, it mowed everybody down. Like they only had 250 cows. Those people were spread out pretty far. And
yeah, I thought it was a little.
And furthermore, the concept of cover is still lost on people in the Walking Dead universe.
Yeah.
Like, well, I guess they learned their lesson the hard way, didn't they?
Right.
Did.
Hide behind something from here on out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
your
even,
people.
Like even if you weren't expecting a 50 caliber, you still got to figure that they've got
a rifle,
you know,
with a scope.
Yeah, AKs and all these other long rifles and stuff like that. And you're just
man, it was overconfidence.
You're bebopping through the field because you've won a couple battles here.
They did smoke that first group.
They sure did.
They were like, we surrender, we surrender. It was like the Jar Jar Binks method. They were like, I surrender, I surrender. There were just no Gungans on the other side in Star Wars to mow those guys down.
I always hate it when they leave a walker or two behind. They're like, oh, fuck it. You're like, dude, that's gonna come back and bite you in the ass.
Right.
Literally. Just take care of it. You know, like let's just do this thing.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Like
if you got some spears,
stab them.
You didn't have to get so close to them.
And as I'm rewatching season 3, like the fact that they ever get a buildup of zombies on their fences, like I'm like, you literally have nothing to do all day. It's not like you're like, honey, I got to go to work at the the cable company, and then I'm gonna come home and clear zombies off the fence for a few hours.
It's been my complaint since almost the beginning. Is like, listen, you're not going to the 9 to 5 anymore.
9 to 5 is your survival.
Those days are fucking over. Nowadays, you're working on better gear, eating, drinking, surviving.
Right.
You don't have to tuck your fucking shirt in anymore.
No, Rick.
God damn, that drives me crazy. You know?
And why,
let's lose the fucking khakis.
And okay, can we have the discussion about how every piece of article of clothing everyone should be wearing anytime they go into the field should be made out of fucking duct tape? Plain and simple.
Right. The only person that had half a fucking brain was
the dude from the Woodbury.
The scientist, from Woodbury and shit.
I'm going, you could take any jacket and cover it in duct tape, and you go out in the world, and one of these things goes to bite you. And have you ever tried to bite through duct tape?
You're doing some hellish scavenging. You know, the things that are going to be gone and stuff, is the canned food and things like that at this point. But there's going to be lots of clothes and lots of other materials to go ahead and protect yourself and your community. And it's just one of those things I think is lost on it. Like I said, when I see somebody walking around, their shirt tucked in, they're wearing their fucking khakis, like they're going to go, I got to go down to AT&T today. Those days are over with. Not only that,
But
I mean, not to like look. I like a good gunfight just like anybody, but set a fucking building on fire.
It was pretty cool when they were having the one gunfight
in the hallways.
No,
like, that one was fun
with the one group, and the fucking dawns on. I'm like, wait a minute, fuck! All these people have been hit start popping back.
Right,
you know,
right.
that was kind of cool. Like that was like fully their intention. You know,
I'm like, you've got these people surrounded in a building.
Yeah,
you've got access to vodka everywhere on the fucking planet.
Yeah,
like make some Molotov cocktails. Like you set that building on fire, there's nobody there to put it out.
It's done.
There's no water. Like you're just gonna burn them out.
Yeah.
Like apparently we've never studied medieval warfare. Like
I said, the whole thing with the fucking spears and shit too. Like why do you always got to get right up and close and personal with your knife? That should be the last resort.
Thank you.
Is that?
Yes.
You know, it's like, okay, I got the long rifle and a handgun, but I got a spear because I don't run out of spears.
And I'm with you on this, Steve. I don't understand this season, like why we're having gunfights like at 50 feet.
Yeah, it's
like these rifles will shoot hundreds of yards.
Dude, all those cars, all their armor would have been shredded by those guns. Just shredded.
Yeah. Well, no, dude, they put some aluminum siding on those cars.
Oh,
Steve.
shit, yeah. I like how they like all come together like it's like a fucking transformer.
Right.
You know, like, oh, okay, we got the Yugo over there and the Pinto here, and yeah, we're gonna make the fucking Berlin Wall of fucking armored cars here.
Or if you're gonna do that, cool. Then bring some Molotov cocktails and throw the fucking Molotov cocktails over the vehicles.
Yeah.
Like apparently, you know, and that's the other thing that drove me nuts. I was like, we're having this giant battle at close quarters like this, and nobody thought to bring a grenade. Like one grenade, fucking okay, it's also TV misunderstanding of how grenades work that drive me nuts as well. Because like when you see a grenade explode on TV, it's like this fireball explosion.
Right.
I'm like, that's not how a grenade works.
No.
It's all shrapnel. Like that's all it's doing. It's designed to kill fucking people through a shrapnel burst, you know? And it's like shreds you up. And I'm like, all this weird close quarter combat. Now, when Rick and Daryl were running around the inside of the building having the firefight, or with Jesus and them, like all that was fun. I'm like, I buy into whoever blocked all this shit, except when they didn't kill the fucking guy in the closet, fucking Jesus.
Some pretty tough drywall walls too that were taking those rounds.
Well, they always do that in film.
Must have been using like hollow point.
You know who is doing grenades right? The Flash. There was an episode this season where some dude walks in, the robot drove in, dropped a grenade in the room. And, of course, it goes off, and Barry runs in real fast and grabs all the little pieces of shrapnel.
Oh, that's great.
It was fucking brilliant.
It wasn't like a big fire explosion.
No, it was like no explosion at all.
Yeah. Well, this season has not been, it's been fun. Like, there's been moments when I'm like, this is great. And this last episode to me with Ezekiel, I loved every moment of this last episode.
Well, did we talk about it on the air? I don't think we did. Because we haven't talked about Walking Dead at all this season, right?
We talked about the first episode.
Okay, well, was it the episode where Rick kills that guy?
Kills Miguel from season 1. Or no.
No, it's just another. So yeah, you know, like he's.
Wait, which guy? Are we talking about the guy? Are we talking about the Hispanic kid from Fear the Walking Dead?
No.
The kid with pimples?
He's wrestling the guy in the room, and he kills him, and then he finds the baby. And he finds the baby, and he looks in the fucking mirror, and he can't look himself in the mirror because of what he's just done. I mean, that's the kind of performance that Andrew Lincoln delivers, like on every fucking scene is just that powerful, you know?
Well, and it's like consistently fucking good too. And this guy's had an unbelievable character arc over like the last 8 seasons, you know?
No Emmys.
Like not even a nomination.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy.
I looked it up, dude. They've only won twice.
For what?
Like special effects.
Which are outstanding.
Yeah, but how have you only won twice?
I would put, seriously.
It's 8 years.
There are at least 5 or 6 episodes of The Walking Dead that I would put up against anything I've ever seen on television.
Right.
Ever. That are just like clear, That episode with Morgan
So good.
is so fucking good. And
Oh, yeah.
And what's great is Elena, like, she's not interested in watching Walking Dead, but I showed her the very first episode, and then I showed her Clear back to back. I was like, I don't need you to watch anything else or know anything else about the characters, but I'm just like, you could literally take those 2 moments as moments of these characters' lives, and watch them, and it's like, and then basically start right at season 5 when Rick's shooting the guy. And you've got, like, you could just tell a really interesting story about Morgan and fucking Rick, you know, because it's like, you don't need anything else. You don't need any of the Lori stuff. He's just like, he found Carl. It's great, you know, and then now Morgan's back, you know. I think, and I feel the same way about Carol. Like, Carol's got, and really once they started writing stuff for her, like more stuff for her, like after season 2, you're like,
really?
She's great, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to get to the stuff with her and Tyrese on the road and the girls.
Right.
Like, I'm like looking forward to those episodes.
On the rewatch.
Yeah, as I've been watching.
We're not bringing Tyrese back.
No.
That was my least favorite episode of the entire series.
Which was when he died.
Fuck that stupid episode where they start getting the PowerPoint projector up in the background while he's talking to all these dead people. That was so stupid.
You're still bitter about that?
I just saw
ago.
it recently, and I'm like, this episode is worse now than the first time I saw it.
They tried something different.
They
dude.
did, and it was stupid. It was completely out of character for the show.
Maybe.
It was so stupid.
I mean, maybe.
It made me not even care that Tyrese was gone.
Oh,
I was
slow your roll there.
I was so T-Dog.
T-Dog. Actually, that's funny. In rewatching the first 3 seasons, I actually like T-Dog a lot more.
Yeah, you know, he was not supposed to go out the way he did.
He's a
Did
fan
we talk
favorite.
about that? He became a pain in the ass.
The actor did?
Oh yeah, they said, and with that, you're fucking done.
Really?
Yeah, big time, man.
I did not know that. Why
No.
was he like just causing problems? Like, hey, you're not writing enough stuff.
I think it was like not showing up on time, along with some other things. I think it was supposed to be Carol who actually bought it in that.
I had
and-
heard Carol was supposed to die in that
Yeah,
episode.
they went
originally.
ahead and they got sick of his crap, so they killed him off and they kept Carol on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess that spoke volumes to the rest of the cast.
Like, get your shit together, or you too could be T-Dog.
Right?
But yeah, it's funny. As we go through season 8, and it's interesting because it's like, you know, part of me is like, we haven't spent enough time with some of these characters. Like, I don't know them like I knew characters from previous seasons. Their
Right.
impact had more on me. And then I'm like watching the show, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude, we didn't spend that much time with Bob. And Bob's death is like one of my saddest deaths. Like,
Right now, I'm like, oh, I was going to say, where the hell is Sasha? Oh, Sasha's dead. Never
Yeah.
mind.
And fuck, dude, Sasha showed up season 3. Like, I didn't realize I'm like, God, she's been here for 4 years.
With
That's a long
Tyrese,
time.
dude.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah,
then
that whole party is dead now.
yeah. Well, it's kind of funny because all of Woodbury's gone.
Right.
Everybody
Yeah.
that was at the prison, except for Rick, Michonne, and Carl and Carol and Daryl, are gone. And I guess what's her face, Maggie. Maggie survived too.
Right.
But it's like I'm watching all these episodes with Herschel, and I'm like, part of me is like, oh man, Herschel, like this was such a great character. I'm
Yeah.
like that I spent two seasons with.
Right.
That was it. I spent 2 seasons with Herschel.
He had such a profound impact on the
But
show,
it's like,
though.
and now I'm starting to get like Jerry. I'm way attached to Jerry now. Like Jerry and Ezekiel, I'm like super attached to. Like for whatever reason.
Don't get too attached to either
Well,
one
see,
of them.
Herschel
They
became
are not long for the show.
Herschel became the moral compass when we lost
Right.
Dale.
Right.
You know, and
Dale got him on nerves on the second
we
watch.
kind of like lost that. Have you noticed? We haven't had that moral compass.
Well, especially
You
without
got Morgan.
Glenn.
You know,
Morgan was the moral compass for a while.
Morgan flip flops though right
Right.
now. You know,
Right.
He's
Well,
not
Morgan is
there.
no longer there.
but those two characters, they knew that death was needed to happen, but
Do you feel like they're trying to make Jesus that character?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. He's the new moral
Yeah,
compass.
he is.
And-
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Like, I mean, and look, he's got something to say. Like, what he's saying is not wrong. Like, we can't just
Right.
kill these people. Like, we got to live with these people after this is all done.
I'd kill him.
I agree. The war ain't done. Like, you're
Right.
not winning this thing. It's not like we're in the last days of the Civil War or some shit.
Right,
like
right.
that. You know, this is like, you're still in the heat of it. And these people, if they get loose, like, there's some crazies here. And
Yeah.
Morgan's like, some of these people don't deserve to live, you know? Like,
Right.
that one guy, if I'm Morgan,
Oh,
Oh, he'd have been dead a long time ago.
there's nothing that would have stopped me from putting my fucking staff through his face.
Right.
You know, I would have pushed him into some zombies accidentally,
right.
but Yeah, I just but with the acting like on this show, it's funny because certain characters really push themselves out to you, you know, really push themselves to the forefront. Like we lost Aaron's boyfriend Eric.
Who?
Exactly. And you're like just sort of kind of forgettable.
Like
you know?
Aaron, love him. He's awesome. Eric, who's that?
By the way, and then now that 24 Legacy got canceled, I guess the guy that plays Heath can show back up.
Is it canceled?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me happy because I really wanted to see Heath come back.
Remember Heath and
Oh yeah,
Tara
that's
went out
right.
in the-
He kind of went off into the.
I think he needs to show up in the Savior's place. And
like
he
with
can-
them or
Yeah.
captured by them.
Captured by them.
That would be interesting.
I think he needs to. I can totally see that happening as we get further in. If he comes back to the show,
Yeah.
he can have a pivotal role on maybe bringing Eugene around or something along like.
Yeah, I could buy into that.
I haven't missed Eugene.
I have desperately missed Eugene.
Really, I can't stand him.
Hey, Bugs.
He's so much fun, and the guy that fucking plays that part is like playing it to a T.
He does
Yes,
do
he
well.
is.
I'll give him that.
But I haven't had like a little Eugene diatribe in a while, which I've been kind of missing. You know, which
Yeah.
is like I don't think you understand. You know, the high capacity of these bullets would go right through the front of that windshield, and I do not know
Right.
how Rick survived. But I am happy to see you, Rick.
Right.
That's very good, Ron. Very
Thanks,
good.
Thanks.
You've been working on that one.
No, not at all. It just he's got like this.
He
Perfect,
does have it.
This perfect cadence that he goes along with. Plus, I haven't met them on my rewatch yet, so I'm looking forward to it. That and Rosita's short shorts from the first time she showed up. So
Awesome.
Right.
I can't get enough of that one, dude.
So, 4 episodes into All Out War, and we still haven't seen Negan again either.
Right.
Next week.
Was it on the
Or
previews?
this weekend, yeah, it's gonna be him and Father Abraham.
Gabriel.
Yeah, he have many sons.
Who's armed?
Yeah, right.
I just shot him right then. Boom.
End over.
Well, but Gabriel's not a killer.
Yes, he is. Gabriel took some people out, dude.
Gabriel didn't kill anybody.
Are you sure?
Gabriel's never killed anybody.
What? I don't know that that's true.
That's like part of his character is like he'll wound
I don't think
people,
that's
but
true,
He doesn't
man.
kill anybody.
I don't remember that at all.
He's like the Batman of the zombie apocalypse,
well, okay,
All right.
but without money, so he has no superpowers.
but he's got God.
But he does have God on his side, that is for certain.
That's his co-pilot.
Is he though? So this season though, do you think how's this? Are you happy with how it's gone so far?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know there's a bunch of people crying. You know, you're never gonna make people happy.
Never.
First, it's like there's too much drama, there's too much dialogue, there's too much character. Now you got like, oh, it's too much. It's all war. There's no like story. It's like fuck off. You're getting everything you asked for. It's just not all happening at once.
I think like if the first 3 episodes all they did was set up this last episode, then I'm happy.
Right.
And the moment with Miguel in the fucking house like blew me away.
Right.
Like it's something I never thought I'd see
This
again.
is what I was talking about earlier. That dude's acting is bloody awful. He drove me up the wall.
Really?
Oh, you watch him again. Like he's got this weird thing where he's like turning his head and it was so annoying. Like that dude, I could not wait for Daryl to kill his ass because I felt like his acting was just wretched.
I didn't think it was all that.
I was so pissed watching that. I'm like, this dude is the biggest motherfucker overacting, like, of the whole series.
Wow. You're talking about a series that has Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan in it.
But I buy him.
Hello, Rick.
I think he's believable.
Pitch perfect. Merle, on the other hand, I don't really like Rooker either.
Oh, man.
Rooker was, he's pretty annoying.
Here's the problem. I know dudes like Michael Rooker.
Right.
Like, that's real. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
He's not acting, though. That's him.
Oh, that's fine.
That's how he is.
Yeah.
I have a buddy of mine who does a lot of, like, cop walk-on parts. That's, like, the fucking living imitation of that character.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, he gets a lot of work as a cop. But he is, like, constantly, like, that. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, man. I mean, he's not like as racist or anything like as that. He's just, you know.
That was my only real gripe with the episode, with the season so far. Really, is that scene? It could have been so good, because you have Andy Lincoln doing this amazing work, and then you got like fucking overactor here getting his one monologue, and he's just like butchering that shit. So I was really disappointed with that.
Well,
that bothered me.
I mean, he's not the guy that plays Morgan, whose name escapes me at this moment.
Lenny James.
Yes, Lenny James. Like, I think that's one of the reason, like, when you go, once again, I keep going back to Clear, but like that episode is so powerful because you have two fucking actors at the top of their game,
Yeah.
like nailing moments, and that episode's well constructed. You have the moment, like, I totally had forgotten about the moment with Carl going into the bar to get the picture with him and Michonne.
Yeah.
In that moment with all the zombies, like there's all these like iconic moments from the series in that one episode, and you're like, oh goddamn, like, you know. And I think parts of this season are missing that.
We haven't seen much of the Walking Carl this season. Just a little bit in the beginning.
The Walking Carl.
That's what I call him because he just fucking wanders around all over the goddamn place.
Yeah, Carl's been sort of on the back burner because he's not part of the fight. So, but I mean, I'm sure he'll be.
Is he watching the baby or what?
Him and Judith, the baby that should not be alive. Yeah,
dude, fuck that baby.
Wow!
Whoa!
That baby got to die. I better be careful what I say in these charged times.
Man,
that baby should
Somebody's
not be
gonna pull that clip on CNN and be all Chris Thayer
fired.
fuck that baby. That baby needs to die. God damn.
So
Yeah, no, they missed a huge opportunity there. I mean, I guess it sort of works as they're trying to keep her quiet and add suspense to moments like when they come out of the house in Alexandria when they get taken over with the zombies.
I got a lot of people on vacation right now. I mean, Michonne, Carl.
Right.
They're all just kind of.
Yeah, what's Michonne been up to? I think she was out filming Black Panther, which is why we haven't seen her much, right?
That's
was she
probably
in Black
true.
Panther?
Yeah, man. She's because she's bald in real life.
You're right. I know
head.
those dreads are not real.
No, not at all. They're too fucking clean.
Neither is Ezekiel.
They're very nice. Yeah.
No, obviously.
They're all fake.
Yeah. That's why she always has that headband.
Very nice fakes though.
Right.
Yeah,
right. No,
You're gonna
well
go
done.
fake. You might as well have them fucking look good. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more of it because once again, this is like we've all watched enough Walking Dead now where you're like, I understand the structure of these seasons now and how this is gonna work. Like we're working towards something at the end of the first half, and then we're gonna work towards something at the end of the second half. You know, so this one's just been a little more action packed on the front half. So, but I'm ready for a nice
How about
quiet
Shiva
episode.
though?
You mean the CG tiger, the only CG tiger on the planet that I've been bummed about that ever died?
Dude.
I was like, no.
Now, did you feel it was earned?
I did. I feel that tiger earned its moments.
Because I looked at the books.
It was different.
And I wasn't sure because it seemed like they were up on the bank. Like, why did the tiger have to show up? It's not like those things could have climbed up the bank.
Because that shit's expensive to fucking CG animate.
Well, I'm sure that's not why they killed off the tiger. They knew the tiger. I knew the tiger had to go. This was about the point where the tiger goes. But it just seems like they weren't really in any danger.
No. Well,
That's what bugs me. Is
like it would have made more sense if the tiger showed up at the gate.
fence. Yeah.
I kept expecting him
That
to show
would have
up at
been the
gate.
moment.
Yeah.
But then we would never have gotten fucking
Carol.
Well, not just Carol.
Oh,
we wouldn't have
yeah.
gotten the fucking melty zombies.
Yeah.
Which
Well, and
Gotta
Jerry
have
with the
gotta have
battle
the
axe.
toxic wave zombies.
that was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know Steve is like hates all the zombie varieties.
No, I don't hate it. I just pointed out. I like it. I just pointed out.
You've ruined it for me now because I just hear your voice. You're like fucking great. Toxic zombies here. There we go. Good times. It was like the drain zombies from Fear the Walking Dead at the end of last season, which you guys seriously need to go back and watch.
Not gonna happen.
The rest of Fear from last season.
Right.
Not
Like when
gonna
this
happen.
season of Walking Dead is like on hiatus over Christmas, like it's 8 episodes.
No, because I didn't watch the season before. I gave
I
up
did.
on
So
2.
maybe I'll have to watch it.
You're wrong. You're welcome to your opinion, but it's wrong. So,
That's if this is being wrong, I don't want to be right.
all right. So let's move on. We got to talk about Thor, you guys. We got to talk about Thor. So, Steve, you didn't get to see Thor yet?
I have not.
Why not, Steve?
Because I don't understand the concept of buying my tickets ahead of time.
Oh, jeez.
I'm old school where I just walked up to the box office and like 2 for Thor. I'm like, oh, the only available seats are the ones in the very front. And I was like, well, fuck. I guess this.
You went up to the box office?
Yeah, old school.
Who does that?
I wasn't even going to use paper money.
What?
Yeah. American dollars, no pesos.
No pesos, no Bitcoin.
Or shekels, or whatever the fuck the kids like to pass around these days.
Seems like, do you take Bitcoin?
Right.
You guys take Bitcoin? No, well, if you want to go for like an old experience, you should go to the University Village, man, to see your films.
Yeah, I'm not ever doing a movie
dude,
like that
Let me tell you,
again.
the last time I went to that fucking place, dude, I was like, that's the last time I come to this place.
We go to see all of our movies there because it's so much cheaper than going anywhere else. And if I take Ronald Andrew and Elena, like, I go in to see a movie by myself. Like, I will happily go with any of you to the $14 theater.
Right.
It is a reasonable night out. When I take myself, my wife, and my child, I then have to walk him to pee at least twice during the movie because he's got a fucking tiny little bladder and he drinks Dr. Pepper like it's going out of style. I also have to buy said Dr. Pepper.
I drank me 22 Dr. Peppers.
Yes, he's Forrest Gump. Fucking speaking of Forrest Gump, quick segue. Did you guys see the Forrest Gump guy running around Riverside?
Oh, yeah.
Around Halloween?
It was the best. It was awesome, dude.
So for our listeners at home, in our city, right around Halloween, some guy dressed up as Forrest Gump from the movie Forrest Gump when he's running in the late 70s, early 80s, and ran around our city for 2 days, waving at people in character for fucking 2 days straight.
He was wearing the shirt, the shorts. He had a fake beard on, the hat, long hair, the whole thing, dude. It was so funny, man.
It was completely fucking
everywhere.
random.
He was
putting
everywhere.
the homeless to work. I mean, I love it. It's a good program.
I think people needed a pretty good smile at the time, and I think that worked.
Yeah, I
it
think
did
it
for
helped.
me.
Yeah.
It did, definitely.
Did you actually saw him?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great.
But so anyways, taking my family to the theater, and then my wife is always like, well, if I'm here, I would like a popcorn.
Right, of course.
Oh yeah. So
And a
there's
drink.
another $17.50.
Yeah, I would like a popcorn, a drink, and a candy. And then I don't want to share with my son because he backwashes. So can you get him his own icy? And so now my movie that should cost like maybe $20 to go to has just cost me $65.
Dude,
I'm okay with that, dude.
when I took the boys to see fucking Rogue One, man, it's like $100 day, man.
Right?
It's, you know what?
Even going the matinee with like
Right.
children's price, I saved what, 25 cents per kid?
Right.
Nothing, dude.
I hardly ever go out to the movies at this point because I just don't like people. I just don't want to be around people.
You are a hermit.
Well, it's not so much that. It's just people are dicks, and I don't want to like pay all this money and have these fucking jagoffs sitting next to me looking on their phones or doing whatever bullshit
That's
they're
when you
doing.
say, hey,
put your fucking phone away.
fucking phone down,
Right.
ass hat.
Didn't you see the stupid little, dancing popcorn thing?
They only said it 17 fucking times
Right?
before the movie started.
Right. So if I'm going, I'm going, and I have seen the mountaintop, and I will never go back to unassigned seats in a theater again.
I tend to forget.
Oh, I ain't forgetting.
I just totally, I had all day. I had all afternoon.
That's
I could
funny.
have gone down there and fucking got the tickets, could have done it from my phone, whatever. And I just forgot.
Right.
So I got there and I was like, literally a half an hour before the movie was started. And the next one wasn't until like 10 o'clock that night. And you're like,
nope.
oh, well, fuck. I guess that's
You're
not
like,
happening.
I don't want to see 3D as well. Like, I'm out.
Well, yeah, right off the bat, the wife is not down with 3D.
I'm not either.
So we're
Most
out.
movies, I'm like, I guess Thor would have been fun in 3D, but yeah. So that being said, Steve tried to go see Thor and could not procure tickets.
So, but please
Have a
feel
discussion.
free to discuss the remake of Flash Gordon.
It's kind of what it felt
kind
like,
of, yeah.
dude.
Yeah, it's very bright, very colorful. Just
Yeah,
But you know what, though?
It works.
It's probably in my top 3 Marvel films.
it looked to me. It looked better than the first two
It's
Thor movies.
of course.
You'll
You mean
be,
the
you'll be
Lady
super
Sif
happy.
and the Douchebag 3 or
You'll
whatever?
be super happy because
Right.
they dispense of 2/3 of the douchebag 3 in like
Oh.
a second.
Right,
Oh.
gone.
Hale shows up and just fucking kills 2 of them right away. Like, they don't even get a line. They just
I'm
sort
very
of
excited about
open
that.
the gate, and it's like, there she is, and they're
Boom,
dead.
boom, gone. Yeah, no, I think it easily the funniest of any of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I looked it.
It was nonstop.
They have definitely, like, their cosmic sort of, like, space element. They definitely have a tone for that and what
Yeah.
they want it to be. And it's Guardians of the Galaxy. And this
Yeah.
one, it's like, we're going to do a Thor movie. We're going to do it in space. And it's going to be fucking fun. Like, you were going to have a good time at a Thor movie, which,
Now, what do you think about Goldblum?
He's just Jeff Goldblum.
He just bugged the shit out of me, dude.
Great because I love Jeff
there's
Goldblum.
funny lines in there,
Yeah.
and some of the delivery is cool, but I kept thinking
There's
like
this great moment where he's got Thor hooked up to this chair, and there's this other dude hooked up to a chair, like this alien creature, and Thor like looks over at the alien like looks at him, and he's like, they're like freaking out, and Jeff Goldblum's like, bring me the stick, and like he's like, it's this little glowing bulb on the end of a stick, and he like asks the guy a question, and he's like, I'm sorry, like I lost whatever, and he goes, it's okay, I forgive you, and he fucking touches him with the stick, and the dude melts. He's all blah.
Oh shit!
And then he's like, okay, all right. And Jeff Goldblum's so like, it's like he's so believable as a douchebag ruler of this planet, you know, because he's just sort of like, he's very, you know what he's reminiscent of? Do you ever see the Sacha Baron Cohen, The Dictator?
Yes.
Like he's very reminiscent of like that. Like you're like, I could buy into this guy being a complete D-bag because nobody stops him from doing whatever he wants. And then like later in the movie, they do a callback on it, and he's like, why are you handing me the death stick? Like I don't need that right now. Like that's a bit much, you know. But it's very like Jeff Goldblum doing his
You know, I had read an article about big name like established actors in Hollywood like picking up the phone going, I would need to be in one of these Marvel movies. I wonder if he's one of them.
I think maybe, but they might have just called him specifically and said, we've got a part we think you would be fucking hilarious. Because here's the thing, like, I think you put somebody else in that part and it doesn't necessarily work, or they can make it menacing. Like, he was a terrible, terrible person, but fun all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, he just was literally, like, everything about what he was doing was terrible. Like, he was like, welcome to my planet. Like, you know, nobody else is important here anymore but me. You will die for my pleasure. Congratulations, you know? Like, it, you know, and then they do the whole fucking, when Thor first shows up, he's in a chair, and they do the Willy Wonka opening, you know, when it's like the lights and shit. Like, there's so many nice little moments like that, and then all the stuff with Hulk is like incredibly well done.
Yeah.
Like it's really like at the end of the day, you're like, I'm watching a Hulk Thor buddy cop movie.
Well, you know, it's all Planet Hulk.
Well, yeah, that whole portion of it.
The whole
yeah.
storyline is basically borrowed from the Planet Hulk storyline.
Like all the off-planet stuff. But, you know, they backdoored a Planet Hulk movie in. You get Ragnarok. The opening is fucking great. It's some of the best action that Thor's had in
Does
any
it
of the
explain why his hair is short now so I could tell my kids so they could fucking stop bugging me about it?
Oh, they cut his hair off before he goes into his first fight.
Oh, so they made him.
They shave his head.
Oh, okay. Because, both of the boys right off the bat.
Stan Lee shaves his head.
Stanley is the one. He goes, you shall not touch my hair. And then he's like, please, sir, don't cut my hair. And he's got this fucking like machine. Like it's all like this laser with like a claw. And he's all, don't move, son. I'm Stan Lee. You know?
It was the first thing that my boys noticed when they saw the commercial.
Yeah.
Why Thor has short hair.
Well, it's explained in the movie, but it's like they sort of do. I mean, it's Ragnarok. Like they destroyed Asgard. Like it's gone.
Right.
Like, that's the whole point of the movie. Like we're getting rid of Asgard. But there's a lot of like, there's a good moment for like everybody that you like in the film. Like Loki gets to be Loki again, and it's really funny because 10 years later. Like, we're literally sitting here a decade after the first Thor movie, and you're like, fuck, I forgot how much I like this character.
Right.
Like, he elevates all the movies he's in, you know?
Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, you take him out of the first Avengers, that movie's not as fun.
No.
You know? And then you take him out of any of the Thor movies, and those movies are just not as good, you know? And he, once again, elevates this film. But it's like him and Hemsworth, oh my God, they fucking do this brilliant thing where Hemsworth, he opens the movie, and he's like, trying to stop, you know, it's like he's in one of the 9 realms and he's fighting this giant pit demon looking thing who's supposed to cause Ragnarok. And so he shows back up at Asgard with the head of this thing that he's killed. And Odin, who is Loki, is sitting there as Odin watching a play about Thor 2. And it's like this play is happening and it's fucking Liam Hemsworth playing Thor in the play. It's Matt Damon is playing Loki.
Is it?
That was Matt Damon.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
funny.
all these named actors in this one bit on Asgard playing, and it's this really overacted thing. And what's
Of course,
his face?
Loki's the hero of the story.
And
Right.
Anthony Hopkins is like, because it's supposed to be Loki as Odin, so Anthony Hopkins is playing like the most foppish version of Odin. He's like, oh, this is wonderful, wonderful. Like it's just like you're like, this movie's brilliant in so many ways. But yeah, man. And then Hela shows up, and Cate Blanchett is like probably one of my new favorite villains in the Marvel universe. Like she shows up, dude, and she fucking takes no shit. And she's sort of wry. She's very much like the in-between Thor and Loki, where she's comedic, but in that way where she's also like super deadly, you know? Right. But to me, all the accolades that it's gotten, it deserves, you know?
Right.
And it's like, everybody's always like shitting on Marvel for like, well, you guys play it safe, you guys do this. And I'm like,
there's nothing safe about this approach.
No, this movie is like not what you think it's
going
to be.
Goofy as hell.
Yeah, they literally do a bit where it starts off with Thor and he's hanging on a chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's like hanging on a chain and the creature comes out and he's doing his villain monologue and Thor's rotating Steve. Mm-hmm. And he's like, as he rotates by the monster, he's like, wait, I've lost you. Wait, I'm coming back around. Give it a second. Okay, I'm here. What do you? And then he's like
each time.
And so so it's like the guy starts like the monster starts in and then he gets right. Wait. Okay, hold on. Coming back around one more time. And it's like this great, like you're like, what is this comedy? It's like all this observation humor in the middle of a fucking Marvel movie.
Something about Cate Blanchett as Hela. She looks hella hot, dude.
Yeah.
Like I mean, she's an attractive woman, but something about I was like, man, you're hot right now.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Well, and it's the same thing with iZombie Girl. Same thing with her.
Wait, who's the iZombie girl?
In iZombie, what's her name? Rose McIver.
Wait, she's in iZombie?
Rose McIver is iZombie.
She's not in Thor though.
No, I said it's the same. He's talking about.
Oh, I was like, why the fuck you bringing
when
her
you
up?
put her in that character?
Why is all roads lead back to iZombie?
Because
for you?
it's wonderful.
I want to talk about that.
Is she hot?
As the zombie, she looks better than she does in normal life.
Well,
that was the point you.
That's
were
a
making.
weird conversation to have.
Well, okay.
Hey, baby, you look better as a zombie.
That's some Ed Gein shit there, man.
So, but yeah, man, like, it's bright. I think the effects are fantastic. All the Hulk stuff is a lot of fun. And then he's been Hulk for like 2 years. So like Hulk has got like a bunch of speech now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like there's so much. It's weird because it's like I don't want to spoil too much, but I will say that as far as the movie goes, it's well structured. Mm-hmm. You know, and it seems short. Like when you get done with it, you're like, this was not a very long film, but I'm satisfied. You know,
right?
And there's a lot of fucking cool action.
It's one of the top 3.
And they didn't spoil like some of the shit. Like, and they actually, it's funny because in post, and I'm gonna spoil it for you right now, but Thor loses an eye in the film.
Okay.
Which is fucking like, it's like you're like, oh, goddamn, did she just fucking yank his eyeball out?
Oh wow.
You know, and then it's like suddenly you're like, oh, well, this shit's permanent now,
Right?
Yeah.
Like this dude lost an eye.
Didn't he lose an eye in the comic?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So they went with it, but they didn't make it apparent in any of the marketing that he was going to lose the eye.
Right.
And Mjolnir's dead. Like, they fucking ended that shit.
Right. Well, I mean, you saw that in the
Right, but it ain't coming back. Like, he doesn't need it anymore is the thing. Like, after, like, he was using Mjolnir for all his power.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, he's like, now he's got the Odin power as well. So he's fucking dropping lightning on fools and shit. Like,
fucking dropping lightning.
It's badass, dude. Like,
biggity bam.
the end of dude, you gotta admit, the fucking last 20 minutes of that movie are phenomenal.
Right.
Although I'm kind of bummed because the one money shot from the trailer, which is Hulk jumping at the giant fire beast, doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
Like it's it's the most beautiful splash page looking shot you've ever seen in a Marvel film, and that's all it is. Like Hulk literally jumps at it, and they're like, "Hulk, no!" He's like, "Okay,"
and he pulls it off. Oh, yeah, right.
He's like, "Okay," that's it. So, but other than that, I mean, the movie's fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
But it's really. Remember how we got out of Ant-Man and we were like, that was a really different Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how Thor feels. Like,
right.
This is not what I expected at all.
I knew it was going to be fun and light. I mean, all the marketing is making it really apparent.
Right.
I was not prepared for how goofy this movie was going to be.
It was definitely like, okay.
Fun.
Oh, totally fun.
Yeah.
But the comedy is a completely, like how Guardians is like very specific in its comedy type. Like this is very observational humor,
right.
where it's just sort of like the director, and I feel like New Zealanders have a very different way of looking at the world. And this guy, like his humor, like there's this, okay, so like this big Korg, the big rock creature that you've seen in some of the promos is fucking hilarious.
Right.
And he's got this little friend, and there's this one part he's like, oh, he's like, you know, Doug, he's been dead for a while here.
I just carried him around because I felt bad.
I felt bad, and then he comes back and he's like, "Oh, Doug, you're not dead. That's great." like shit like that. You're just like, okay, like this is so fucking random. So
yeah, there's a lot of that. So I definitely, like I said, I would put it up in my top 3.
Oh, all right, well, man, I'm gonna make an attempt to see it over this holiday.
I think I'm ready to go again.
Yeah, try to find some time. I was going to try to find some time to see
Justice League.
I know that some people are giving it some kind of bad reviews, but
well, and we got Punisher.
I don't
coming
think
out.
that should keep you away. I think you'd be able to go and see it and make your own decision.
You know, critics aren't always right, dude. Critics will shit all over really just fun films, and good films.
Yeah,
and. Yeah, no, that's I almost never look at that. What I do listen to is like when you guys say, "Oh, that movie's a piece of shit."
Yeah.
Then I'm usually like, or I mean, if it's DC, I already know going in it's probably not going to be very good.
Right.
That's just kind of a given. Wonder Woman was the real exception, and even that doesn't wear as well the second time.
I like Man of Steel. I still like Man of Steel.
It's okay.
I still like that movie. So.
I would pick it over Incredible Hulk.
I actually like that Ed Norton credit. The only one of these superhero movies that have come out, like I hated the Batman Superman at the theaters. It was fucking unwatchable. This Thor movie, though, gets me excited about Avengers in a way that I was not excited about it before.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm excited. And I'm excited about Black Panther. Like, I think Black Panther looks dope as shit.
Looking forward to that one.
Yeah,
you know they're going to kill some people off.
I think they're going to kill off fucking a ton of people. But look, you have the ultimate Marvel cop-out because you have the Infinity Stone. So one of the stones is the Time Stone. So you could literally fucking kill people in Avengers 3 and then use the Time Stone to go visit them in Untitled Avengers 4.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, it's the ultimate cop-out device where you're like, we're going to kill fucking everybody. Except for Spider-Man, because he's got to have his own side adventure in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
You know, but it's like, yeah. But once again, I don't care. Like, I'm excited, you know. It's weird. We're at a weird time where I'm feeling overwhelmed with the amount of good nerd stuff we have coming out. There's never, it's been since the 80s since we've had a point where I've been like, every week there's like a movie that I'm excited to go see.
Yeah.
You know, and it's,
best year in film, man, 1984.
Well, it's funny because like when I look at Stranger Things and it's like you harken back to that era and I'm like, fuck, man, there were movies that were fantastic movies that came out at that point that like got ignored. And now I'm like, oh, The Last Starfighter is so great. Like I love that movie, you know?
I don't know if I'd go that far. I love the movie, but I don't know if I would call it great. It's pretty painful to watch.
You need to get the fuck up out of here.
Come on, you got to admit.
No, I love that movie.
It is definitely not Oscar-worthy performances.
Whoa. Okay, there's the difference between highfalutin film and okay, it's like Independence Day. I will give it this example. The first Independence Day is schlock, but it's like schlock at its finest. You're like, I love everything about this.
It was the greatest fucking speech I've ever seen that never existed.
And
you know what I mean?
Will Smith's charisma is oozing. Him and fucking Goldblum are oozing through the screen, you know? And I just got done rewatching the remake or the sequel.
Without the oops.
I just got done rewatching Independence Day Resurgence. Have either of you guys seen this?
You rewatched it?
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
I was going to say, once is usually enough.
It's
set that one out.
Fucking terrible.
Oh, right.
It's not
but you knew that.
No. Like, I didn't think...
We've discussed this before. I think it was 20 years too late. You know, I mean, it's
just a terrible script.
They should have come out with it fucking a year or two after the first one.
Well, I think you forget how long the first Independence Day is, too. That's a really long-ass movie.
It is a long movie.
They do a ton of setup. There's like 45 minutes of setup before like an alien even is like sniffed in that film. And I think that like this movie... Like, I mean, you forget that, what's his face, the bluesy lounge singer guy, Harry Connick Jr. is in that movie for half an hour before he dies, you know? And you're like, wait, Harry Connick Jr. was in that movie? You're like, yeah. But But it's like this one that just came out, dude. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like they had the aliens attacking within 10 minutes of the movie starting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no setup for these new characters. I don't fucking care about any of them.
We talked about it before. It goes hand in hand with the fucking running zombie shit. Kids these days need fucking stimulation out of the box, dude, or you're gonna fucking lose them. Why we always fucking hear people complaining about fucking Walking Dead? It's not enough fucking zombies all the time, and then you give them that, and then they're, oh my god, they don't know how to just sit there and fucking relax and just watch something. It's got to be go from the jump, man.
I just worry about a lot of these reboots of these old properties, these nostalgia properties.
I think they're terrible, so I just sit them out.
Part.
I think the best thing that ever fucking came out of this year was that fucking Mummy movie. Best thing ever, because it's killed the rest of their fucking remakes that they were gonna make, dude.
Right.
Thank you.
Did they actually scrap all of
Absolutely.
them?
Yeah,
fucking
they said we're
scrapped
done.
them all,
This ain't
dude.
happening now. This plan is not happening.
Thank you, Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi. You heard my prayers.
But
But
let's go. Let's go through real quick. Think about all of the reboots of stuff from 30 years ago that have come out in the last 10 years.
It's been trash.
The only thing that I've liked, and I still haven't seen Blade Runner 2049.
I haven't either.
The only one that I've liked has been Tron Legacy.
But that's not a reboot; it's a sequel, and they filmed it like that.
Yeah,
dude.
but there's still...
And let me tell you, with the Blade Runner, I have not seen it myself. I just haven't had the time. Everybody that I know who loves Blade Runner, and I'll tell you what, dude, for your average moviegoer, Blade Runner is not their fucking cup of tea.
No, it is not.
So there's a special degree of people who like Blade Runner and understand Blade Runner, and every one of those people I know love it. So it's not a reboot; it is a sequel.
No, but you're talking reboots. You got like the Ghostbusters reboot, and you've got we got an Ocean's 9 coming.
Yeah.
I just every one that comes out, whether it be fucking the new Friday the 13th, the new Nightmare on Elm Street, all these ones that they're like basically going to these properties from 30 years ago.
Nightmare was okay.
No,
Nightmare on Elm Street
was terrible.
No,
It was
You didn't.
terrible.
I liked him as Freddy Krueger.
No, it was garbage. I'm with
All
Steve.
right.
Nothing about
Well,
it.
I only watched it once, so it didn't stick with me.
It was unfucking watchable.
Okay.
But it's like, but a sequel to like.
I think the only fucking movies that can be done well as reboots, westerns.
Yeah.
True Grit.
Yeah.
Well,
True Grit
why?
was awesome.
Because you can take something that was inherently not like all the violence was sort of underneath the surface on the old westerns,
Right.
And then now you add that like swath of realism to it, and all of a sudden you could take a story that wasn't like it was an interesting story, but not as well told as it could have been.
Yeah.
Didn't
Like
have
True-
the weight.
Yeah, and then suddenly True Grit, you're like, fuck, dude, this is brutal and brilliant all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I want to watch more.
Like you and I saw that in the
310.
theater. Oh my god, 310 of Yuma.
310 of Yuma is
fucking
fantastic, and
great
the original's
movie.
okay, but
Yeah.
the remake of that is fucking great. You know?
Right.
Now, did anybody see the new Magnificent Seven?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Was it pretty cool?
It was all right.
I
It was
had-
not.
Yeah, you know.
Well, here's the thing: Denzel and Chris Pratt carry the movie. Now, my
Yeah.
wife is not familiar with Seven Samurai or the original Magnificent Seven at all. No clue about the story, and she was moved by it. You know, and I think that says something about the storytelling. Like she was bummed when the Chris Pratt character dies. Because I told her, I was like, nobody survives this. Like, that's the
Right.
whole point.
Yeah.
You know, like, they're all going to get killed, you know? And she was, at the end, she was like, well, that makes me sad. And I go, well, that's the story.
That's the
story of
point.
these 7 guys.
You should
know?
sit her down and let her watch The Road. You wanna be-
She did. We watched that one
Oh,
time.
yeah?
She's like, how dare you?
Right? Did I ever tell you fucking Jennifer was like that when we went and saw the remake of fucking The Hills Have Eyes?
Yes, you've told that story.
Yeah.
But tell
Holy
it again.
dude. So we go see this remake of The Hills Have Eyes, big group of fucking people, and we get into the movie, and they are in the RV killing and raping the family, and the one of the mutant guys starts nursing on the mother. And Jennifer fucking just looks straight at me. He goes, "How dare you bring me to this fucking movie?"
You're like,
I was like,
I've seen the original.
yeah, and I mean, like, she's been my, woman for a long time. She has seen a lot of fucking horror movies of me. That's
Right,
my
right.
shtick, right?
Right.
And I'm like, what? Like, because she used to go on trips like that with her family out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
And be attacked by mutants.
Well, but yeah, you know, and you know, so she didn't appreciate that.
I told you my wife bought that
she was relating to that a little too much.
Your wife bought that DVD used?
Yeah, she bought it because we had a video store down the street.
Didn't know what it was.
Well, that shit like ended up in the trash can halfway
shit.
through the movie. She's like, I don't want this motherfucking thing in my house. It's like literally threw it away.
Yeah, The Road is...
See, that it was a good movie, man.
The Road is sort of like my go-to joke around here.
Dude, have you read the book?
Yeah.
Fuck.
The book's worse.
I remember just reading the whole book and just closing it and just like I was silent. I just sat there for like probably 20, 30 minutes before I even was like, I don't really feel good about
humanity at all.
Anything right now. And I think it's just time to go to bed now.
She goes, whenever we go to choose a movie, I go, what do you want? Something uplifting? And she goes, yeah, I like something. And I'll go and I'll put in The Road. And she's like, I don't want to fucking watch this movie again. Right? I go, what? Like, this is the feel-good comedy of the year. Yeah. You know, it's good times. So, yeah.
You know what I'm kind of not on board with right now? How they're turning all the fucking Disney movies into live action movies.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I guess.
I mean, we live in a...
Is it a sign of my age? Like, I don't fucking care. Like,
no, you're living in a time... This is unprecedented because Disney owns 25% of the marketplace, dude. And they're about to buy Fox.
Right.
Like, think
That's
about
the big news right now. Yeah.
They buy 20th Century Fox. Like, first questions first. We get a complete reboot of the Marvel Universe, right? After they buy Fox, because then you own Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
I'm not worried about fucking those. I'll be an old man.
Yeah, but this is like in the next 5 years if this happens.
Yeah.
Then they own all the 20th Century Fox properties. You know,
Deadpool.
Well, it's more than that. The problem is with Disney is Disney's only concerned about making money.
Yeah.
They're all they're in the business of making now is they make their Pixar films, they make Star Wars movies.
They own Marvel?
And they make fucking Marvel movies. What else do they make?
Well, I think what they're going to make after they've gotten all this is off-world environmental systems where they go to a planet and they
terraform it. You're saying they're like the evil people from the Wayland Corporation? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Nice.
There is a fucking plan with that those mouse ears, dude.
Yeah. Well,
it's bigger than what we.
This franchise stuff, man. It's like I'm wondering if like one, we're starting to run out of ideas, and then. And two, it seems like the shit that's getting made, you're like, did you see the Rampage fucking trailer that came out today?
No.
From the makers of San Andreas, The Rock in a movie based on a video game from 1987. You're familiar with the Rampage video game, right?
Yes, with the
and
they climb up the buildings and they're smashing the show. Yeah, it's a great game.
Feature film, dude.
Feature film based on that.
Yes.
Wow.
That looks like San Andreas met fucking the Gaiju movie and met King Kong. So you're like, I guess this could be fun.
Well, I'm always calling for. I just want to see big fucking robots beating the shit out of big. Well,
there's no robots, but there's definitely
monkeys.
Big monsters.
I like big things hitting each other.
You're getting your wish on that.
I don't know. I might be in for that.
But it's like, really? Like, that's where we put our money?
Yeah.
Really? Like, that's the choice? Somebody went, oh, yeah, I fucking loved Rampage as a kid. Like, light it up, son.
Would be bitchin'. Let's make a movie. Yeah,
dude, the bottom's dropping out of this bitch.
Well, if I'm gonna get that, then why can't I get my Dragon's Quest fucking movie? I'd watch that. Like, give me a full live action
Dragon's Lair
of Dragon's Lair of Dirk running around trying to save Princess Daphne.
Dude, that would be awesome, man. I'd go.
You know why that game was? That game was still endearing was because the fucking animation, that Don Bluth animation.
Oh yeah,
and there was creepiness to it. Like, there was skulls and shit, and there was like death.
It was Laserdisc.
Was it really?
Yes. Yeah.
I did not realize that.
That's why it was so revolutionary, is the fucking thing was Laserdisc.
It also didn't look like, you got to realize it came out in 1984. It's like the same time when Dig Dug was big.
1984. It all comes back to 1984. I'm fucking telling you. Look at the fucking Look at the movies that were made in 1984, and you'll go, "Holy shit, Steve! You're not fucking kidding."
No, we've talked
it's a
about
great
this on the
goddamn
podcast
year
before.
and a great year for Dragon Slayer.
Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom came out that year.
Fucking Red Dawn.
Red Dawn was that year. It's just a,
Karate Kid, I think, was that year.
was that 84? I thought that was 86.
I don't know. I have to see now.
All right, everybody's
I'm
pulling
on
out
it,
their
dude.
phones right
I'm
now
on
to
it.
look at movies from 1984.
All right.
Gremlins,
Gremlins. Oh fuck, dude! I saw Gremlins in the theater. Still,
Terminator.
I still haven't showed it to him because I remember how scary it was.
You know what? I'm gonna take a tour down to fucking Orange County and take a fucking picture of the because it's still there. The movie theater I used to go to as a kid, dude.
Really?
It's this little fucking place. It's still there, man. And these fucking people, man. What, one for Creep Show? Hey, kid. Don't be fucking around in here, all right?
Like they sold you the ticket.
Oh,
though.
absolutely, absolutely. Fucking Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
You know.
You ready for this list,
Go ahead.
dude? So we did Gremlins, Ghostbuster, Terminator, Nightmare on Elm Street,
The first one. Okay.
Beverly Hills Cop, Temple of Doom,
Yeah, of course.
Amadeus, Last Starfighter.
Fucking best movie of the year right there.
This is Spinal Tap,
Dude, Spinal Tap was 84.
God, I thought that was
Karate
earlier.
Kid,
Yeah, I thought that was earlier too.
Children of the Corn, Dune,
Classic.
Revenge of the Nerds,
Classic.
Dude, what the fuck are Lobster Cross?
Romancing the Stone,
I love that movie
movie.
too.
Police Academy,
Oh, come on.
Brilliant.
Starman,
That's a good
Oh, yeah,
movie.
good one.
16 Candles, Friday the 13th, Splash.
Wait, the first Flight of the 13th came out in 84?
I'm sorry, the final chapter.
That's part.
But that was the Corey Feldman one, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's part 3 or 4.
Red Dawn,
Fucking
Firestarter.
Wolverines.
Firestarter, The Natural,
Oh, fuck, dude.
Top Secret. Remember that?
I love that movie.
Repo Man.
Real quick on Top
Repo
Secret.
Man,
So one
fucking
of Elena's students who's now in college, because his father didn't introduce him to great movies. I was like talking to him. I was like, I would give him movies every week. You need like this is your assignment this week. You need to watch this movie. And we got to Top Secret. I was like talking to him about this movie, and I go, "Wait, you've never seen Top Secret?" He's like, "No." And I'm all, "This movie, it's like Airplane, but if Airplane took place in like the
Right.
French Revolution,
Yeah.
but if the French Revolution took place in 1960, you
Yeah.
know, it's like World War II, but in the 50s and 60s." I go, "It's the most weird movie, but it's hilarious."
Right.
And he watched it. He watched the first half of it on YouTube, and he
That's
goes,
funny.
He goes, "This movie's brilliant."
Right. Right. You ready for more?
Is there more?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I'm not even
telling
like
you, dude, there was
scratching the
a-
surface.
Fuck, dude.
Never Ending Story,
Yeah.
Conan the Destroyer,
Oh.
Wow, well,
Come on, man.
No, that's not Conan the Barbarian. That's the Wilt Chamberlain
This
one.
is the fucking one with the red son. No.
Footloose.
Red Sonja.
Purple Rain,
You know, Chris is excited.
Bachelor Party,
Fucking
Tom
great movie.
Hanks,
That's a
dude.
great movie.
Star Trek 3.
Oh, that's not the best. Wrath of Khan was 82.
Let's
I'd say.
see.
That was the best.
Still is.
And The Muppets
And
Take
so-
Manhattan.
Well, you had.
I mean, there were some others that I didn't name. but
Great fucking year. I
Now-
mean, God, just these movies. Just
Can you
fucking,
imagine all those films?
But and
I was there.
And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, you sit back and you look at it now, and you look at all the movies that came out this calendar year, and you're like, "Where's that quality at?"
Did I say Police Academy?
You did.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man, they just
Go
churn
through-
this shit
Go
out.
through the list of movies that have come out this year in comparison.
They churn this crap out. They give it huge special effects, and
Like, have you had a movie going experience this calendar year
Like-
that like blew you away?
All right, you ready?
Logan.
I would go with Logan.
Logan was my one.
Logan,
but
Logan really
All right.
owned the early part of the year.
throw
Go
it to
ahead.
us, Chris.
Dude.
What do we got?
Wonder Woman, Blade Runner,
I
2049,
still haven't seen it.
Get Out,
Get Out was great. I liked that movie.
Justice League,
haven't seen
Thor
it.
Ragnarok, Homecoming, Spider-Man, Logan.
Okay, once again, it's all superhero.
All
films.
super. Well, I'm not even done yet.
Jesus Christ.
You got the Monkey movie.
Planet of the Apes, dude. Have you seen War for the Planet of the Apes yet?
No.
When you get a chance, check it out.
I hear it's pretty awesome.
Dunkirk, which
That
I didn't
was
see.
fucking great. Okay.
I loved it.
Guardians 2,
Okay.
Star Wars: The Last Jedi will be this year. The Shit of the Furious, Baby Driver,
That was good.
It reboot, Lego Batman, Alien Covenant,
Ugh.
kind of piece of shit. Beauty and the Beast, another piece of shit. John Wick 2. King Kong Skull Island.
But think about, like, in 20 years from now, how many
will these movies stand the test of time? And I would say no. Maybe a couple of them.
I mean,
you know,
Pirates, 5.
obviously the Star Wars will.
You know what will? Transformers, the last of the.
All right.
Let's see. Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde was all right.
Valerian.
It went.
Still haven't seen Valerian.
There was a movie called Guardians.
No.
I have no clue.
Big Sick, The Mummy, Despicable Me 3, Dark Tower. Like, none of these. Cars 3. One for Steve.
Yeah, I've rewatched The Dark Tower a bunch of times now.
Can't wait for Christmas morning.
Mother.
Oh, are you...
That's when they're getting and get it.
Santa is he's awake, so we got to be careful.
Yeah.
Santa's bringing some card stuff this year.
Yeah, I believe so.
Ghost in the Shell. Did you guys like the Ghost in the Shell?
Didn't see it. I tried watching it and I couldn't sit there.
I liked it a lot, actually.
You know what? I got to tell you, man. Like, I know I've seen the original, but it was in the 90s, and I was like,
high as fuck.
Oh, or I think I might have been on acid. I don't. There's something about like I know I watched it, but it's all a blur, dude.
Right.
That's kind of it, guys. I mean, there's other movies in there,
I mean,
but
yeah,
nothing
there's some
like
there's
iconic.
there's a couple there that are good
Logan.
and will
But
stand
you're
the
not gonna
test
sit
of time.
here 20 years from now and be
I
like,
go,
dude.
fucking, you know what was awesome? Gremlins. You know, like,
what was awesome?
we went
King
through that list,
Kong,
and every
the
one of
fifth
those,
King Kong
every
remake.
movie that we listed on 1984 was awesome ass movie, man.
Well, and here's the other thing too. Most of the movies that are on this list are either a sequel or a remake.
Yeah.
Like, think about everything
Oh,
you
but
went
there's
through.
Geostorm.
I lament our storytelling.
Like, remember fucking when those movies came out then too, like during the 80s and a little bit into the 90s.
Jumanji.
Like the news would have like,
Remake.
we're going to show you some exclusive behind the scene how they did this.
Yeah.
And you were excited, dude. It was like, holy shit. Now, who cares? Fucking got these kids cranking this crap out on computers.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, dude, let's just go through these. Blade Runner is kind of a remake, but it's a continuation. I'll give you that.
Look, anything that's like a reboot of a franchise as a sequel to me is a
Planet of the
fucking
Apes
remake at this point.
it was like when they did the thing.
Guardians
Yeah.
2, Thor 3.
It's all fucking remakes, dude.
Fate of the fucking shitty. It. We're on number 6 now.
Well,
Lego Batman.
I think
number 7.
It and Logan to me are Logan and possibly like, the Marvel movies are their own thing.
Right.
But It and Logan to me are the movies we're gonna look back on and be like, because Logan to me is fucking.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you what.
groundbreakingly
But again,
good.
I know
Alien
you guys
Covenant.
you're not in the tattoo world.
Right.
The new Pennywise, I have seen tattooed,
everywhere.
and great portraits too. I mean,
Really?
really, yeah, they've really
creepy
captured
as
the character.
fuck, dude.
Very,
and
very nice.
That
stuff.
It movie was really good.
Yeah,
It tapped into everything that Stranger Things tapped into, and I think that's what was smart about it.
right.
Like looking at it again, because I just rewatched it again the other day, I was like, this movie is smart. Like
Yeah.
the reason it worked is because it broke the story up. We focused on just the kids,
Yeah.
and now I'm invested in these characters, and I'll be invested more so into them when we come back for the sequel.
Yeah.
So
I would say a good 75% of everything that came out this year was a sequel or a reboot.
yeah, it's the world we live in, man.
As I'm looking at it, like anything that did anything is a sequel or a reboot.
Here's what we need, you guys.
I mean, Mother.
Wait, Back to the Future was 85. We need to get in a DeLorean and fucking go back in time and try to save the future of filmmaking. All right?
Marty, we've got to go back to the future.
Oh, I got to tell you, man. We've talked about this one before too. I've got some friends in the animation world who'd like to go back and stop the CGI from happening, and they want to bring back 2D.
Well, this is where our oldness is officially come to bear because we are
true.
lamenting. We are officially my dad lamenting a time.
I want to get in a time machine, go back to when everybody wasn't such a fucking asshole.
All right, I think we're getting some bleary eyes in here. I think it's time to wrap it up for the night.
But
Well,
in our next episode, I think we're going to be doing like a Star Wars. We got a lot to talk about with Star Wars.
We'll get one in
No, we
before.
gotta do
We'll
one
get one in
before
before
that.
Star Wars.
Okay,
So
all
we'll
right.
get one in. We'll get one in probably the first week of December.
because
We got to talk Justice League. We got to
Justice
talk
League.
Punisher.
All right.
We got to talk. What else is coming out in the next 2 weeks?
Because
3
remember,
weeks?
big news with Star Wars doing some new movies.
I told you guys last
did.
You
two
did, dude. I
episodes ago.
give you
I called it.
100%
We need to
recognition
go back
on
to
that.
that.
Isn't it amazing how it's like you could just see the writing on the wall? They're like,
Right.
they're not going to let this die.
Oh,
But they're-
no, yeah.
But they're also this whole thing where we're just going to do one-shot movies. No. That like they want that long-term storytelling because I as an audience member am more invested in characters. And that's why everything's a fucking sequel. Because Rogue One, if they were making a Rogue 2, I think the world would be ecstatic about it.
Right.
You know, but the problem is the only reason Rogue One works is because you fucking killed everybody.
Right.
You know?
OG Suicide Squad.
And needlessly almost. I still think they didn't need to kill the Asian guy, the dude with the fucking machine gun. So
Whatever.
that movie's great.
Everybody dies.
Love that movie.
Loved it.
But thank you so much. I'm glad that I could pontificate and tell you the future.
Thank you, and thank our listeners too.
Yeah.
For
Dude, all 12 of you that are left, we're super excited about
right.
it.
I've been thinking about all 12 of you guys this afternoon, and I just want to thank you guys for following us and listening to us, and for the couple of fuckers who like to troll us every once in a while too. Thank you.
And we've got some giveaways. We got some stuff that people have given to us at the last couple cons that we're gonna do attached to this next 2 episodes. So we're gonna do the thing like we did before. If you share the episode, we'll throw you into a pool, and most likely Glenn's gonna win. But
Yeah.
because that dude shares everything. God bless him.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn.
Yep.
Name shout out for Glenn. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much. And we hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Once again, I am a shitty remake.
I am Goonies 3.
Red Dawn, 1984.
And we hope you guys are having a nerd life crisis. Music for the Nerdlife Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerdlife Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerdlife Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerdlife Crisis.